Absolutely love this. It fits right onto my phone. Now, this first tip to looking good and feeling confident on Zoom is so simple, you may be tempted to disregard it. The tip: take a shower before you have a meeting. Now, I know you're thinking, thanks, Captain Obvious. I shower daily right after my workout. Hold on, that's not what I meant. I said take the shower right before your video conference call. You want to feel fresh. You want to feel clean. According to a 2009 study out of Liverpool University, whenever men felt dirty, if they felt that they smelled at all, their confidence on a video call dropped significantly. Seriously, nobody in a video call can smell you, but you can smell yourself, and that has an effect on your confidence and how you show up to the meeting. So when you've got a 6 a.m. video conference, don't roll out of bed at 5:55 and turn off the video. No, even though nobody sees you, you're going to be less confident. Wake up a little bit early, take that shower, put on your favorite fragrance, brush your hair, properly take care of yourself when it comes to grooming, and you're going to be more confident in that meeting. All right, so now let's get a little bit technical. Let's talk cameras. If you've got an old camera, if you've got a crappy quality camera, guess what? Your picture is not going to be the best quality. That seems obvious, but most people are surprised. Hey, I spent $2,000 on this laptop. Why am I not looking great on the picture? Because that camera and that expensive laptop, they skimped on it, and you got a poor quality camera, and that's why you're not getting a good picture. So one of the easiest ways to remedy this is to simply buy an external camera. Right here, I've got this Logitech. It's got 1080. You're going to find some of the other ones out there have 4K. Maybe a little bit hard to find, but if you can find one of these, one of the most simple solutions. Another option, let's say you've got an older digital SLR. This one shoots in 1080 video. We don't really use it too much. Guess what? I connect a cable right here directly to my laptop. All of a sudden, I've got a slave with the right software, and I'm able to use this and actually have a great quality camera. But this one right here is the easiest that most people forget they have, and that is their phone camera. So if you've got a Samsung, if you've got an LG, if you have a Google, whatever you may have, understand that the camera on your phone is probably the best camera that you've got in your house. That's what's so simple about this, and people forget that they have this, and they suffer through these poor cameras that are on their laptops when they could be using this one. You've got a great camera right here, use it. Next up, let's talk sound. There are 3 rules when it comes to sound. First up, it matters a lot. Have you ever tried to watch a video and the sound is bad? Even if the video quality is great, guess what? You're not going to pay attention. You're going to turn it off, because if the sound is not good, you don't understand what's going on, even if you can read the words, even if you could read their lips. Rule number 2, do not rely on the microphone that came with your laptop. That is a poor quality microphone. You want to upgrade. And rule number 3, always have a backup. Again, sound incredibly important. And if your microphone, the battery dies on that, guess what? You want to have another microphone that you can jump to so you can continue the presentation. Now, there's a wide variety of different types of microphones out there. The first one I'm going to recommend is a simple headset. They're inexpensive, and what I like about this is it really does a good job of preventing feedback. Now, the issue with that headset is that microphone is tiny and it's not very good quality. If you want a better quality microphone, if you're the one giving the presentations, then definitely look for a higher quality microphone. You're going to find someone like this. This one looks pretty good. The only issue with this one is it's omnidirectional, which basically means that it takes in sound from all around. This can be an issue, especially picking up background noise. I really like this microphone, the Blue Yeti, because you can actually set it whether you want to take sound from all around or just from the front. And you may notice back over here, I've got another Blue Yeti, and I've got a pop filter, and I've got a filter around it. Why do I have this set up? Basically, that prevents any type of background noise. And a lot of my videos that you watch on this channel, I record with that setup so that you can basically hear my voice and nothing else. Now, Bluetooth headsets are another great option, whether you want to spend $25, $250, really comes down to the features that you want and all the details, the style, all that stuff. But I find that this $25 pair does an acceptable job. Yeah, these Apple AirPods are awesome, but you're going to pay for them. And if you're committed to using your phone, I advise you check out the Shure MV88. So what I like about this, it's a microphone that plugs right into the phone, and I'm able to get a pretty good sound whether in the wind or outside of the wind. And if I'm just recording a video for the channel, or if I'm doing a video conference, I'm able to talk and sound good. Now, what about lavalier mics? Well, if you've got them, great. But remember, you're going to need a headset, and wireless lavalier mics can get very expensive. Now, this next piece of advice, absolutely free and absolutely priceless. Learn to use the mute button. If you're not talking, mute yourself, because nobody wants to hear that dog barking in the backdrop. Nobody wants to hear your kids screaming. I know you don't want to either, but here's the thing. Don't torture everybody in the meeting. I've got dogs, I've got kids, I get it. And yeah, we don't want to hear it. Next up, let's talk lights. Now I like this one because it's so simple and it shows you don't have to spend a whole lot of money. You can find these for 10 bucks and they fit right onto your phone and they enable you to get more light right on the face. That is what we're doing with video. Photography is the capture of light. So you want to make sure that the light bouncing off your face doesn't actually make you look bad. In fact, enhances the way that you look on camera. Now here's an example of bad lighting. Why? Because the light is coming from the back, hitting me right there, and it's creating this silhouette. How many times have you been in a meeting and this is what you see? Now the opposite is when you've got a light coming from the front and it absolutely blows you out, especially if it's coming from one side, it creates shadows. And yeah, this doesn't look that great either. Now for most people, the best light source is going to be the free light source, aka the sun. So what's nice about this is during the day in the right light, you can look amazing and it's absolutely free. You position your camera over on this side so that the light is hitting you in the face as you're talking to your camera and boom, you look good. But there are issues with this because if you wanted to film at 9 o'clock at night, if you've got a conference call first thing 5 o'clock in the morning and the sun hasn't risen yet, guess what? You don't have any light coming in, so what are you going to do? So first up, look around your house. See what you've got for options. If you've got some older lamps lying around, that's a great find because guess what? Those older lamps usually have a warmer light if you're using the right light bulb, and they've got the shade, which is basically a diffuser and is going to put a soft light on your face. Now, if you've got one of the more modern lamps that bounces off the ceiling, the issue there is basically the light's coming off the ceiling and it can put shadows on the lower part of your face. You got to be careful with those. Now, if you've got a bit more of a budget or you're going to be making a lot of videos, I do recommend you invest in some good lights. You've got soft boxes, you've got LEDs. What I like about LEDs is they're relatively small, they're very bright, but they can be overpowering. They can create a lot of glare, especially on the face. Soft boxes, they're larger, they're going to take up more room, they're not as portable, but what I like about soft boxes is just as the name implies, it's a very soft light. So you could have these right next to your face and they're not going to basically blow you out. Another technical tip for looking great on video, especially live video like Zoom, is manage your upload and download speeds. So first up, test it. Just simply type in internet speed upload download. You're going to find a tester. You want to see what's your upload and download speed. Basically, if you don't have an upload speed of at least 5 to 10 megabytes per second and a download speed of at least 10 megabytes per second, you are probably going to have issues. If you don't have reliable internet, if you don't have fast enough upload speed, then guess what? People aren't going to be able to see you, no matter how much great equipment you have. So you're probably going to want to speak to your internet service provider and ask specifically, because most people don't even know that upload speed is really regulated and they don't give you that much unless you specifically ask for it. All right, so you called. They can't do anything about your upload, download speeds. How can you get better quality on your live calls? Do them first thing in the morning. Why not wait till the afternoon? Because guess what starts to happen at 4, 5, 6 p.m.? People start watching movies online. Internet usage spikes in the evenings and at night, and it doesn't end till about 1 or 2 in the morning. So you probably don't want to have meetings then, but can you move your meetings to 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m. Guess what? Internet usage is down, so you're simply going to have more room in the pipe to be able to upload and download your videos, and guess what? You're going to get better quality. Pro tip from a dad, I know this is going to cause a revolt, but if the meeting's that important, kick your kids off for 30 minutes to an hour, because guess what? When they're on Netflix, when they're playing those video games, they are sucking that bandwidth, and no, you need it for your meeting. Now this next one, incredibly simple, but I want to use it to wrap up all the technical stuff I just talked about, and that is to test your equipment. Be on early. Because yeah, you bought that new microphone, you've got those new lights, you've got that new camera. But if you haven't tested it and you think that simply flipping it on, it's going to work right as you're going into that key interview, guess what? It's not going to. It's going to be Murphy's Law. It is going to fail. So make sure to test everything. Do a dry run. Be at the meeting 5 to 10 minutes early. And guess what? You're just simply going to look amazing because you are there on time. You're not that guy showing up 10 minutes late because, oh, I had technical difficulties. You know who I'm talking about. This happens again and again. Plan for it. Oh, and this tip, not technical at all, but people forget to do it all the time, and that is lock the door. You don't want your kids busting in on you. You don't want random people walking in on your important meeting when you're delivering that information to that team, to your boss, whatever it may be. And pay attention to the background. So if your bathroom is in the backdrop, make sure that the camera's not on when your spouse is getting out of the shower. Next up, let's talk about the positioning of your face. So you want to make sure that your face isn't down over in a corner, or that you're not like this. Yes, I've seen people in video in which their face is only partly in the video. So be able to see yourself, and you want to frame your face properly. So your mouth, this is actually going to be about the center point. You want basically the top of your head to hit the top of the screen, not for your face to be centered. Because you see all this excess room right here? That's useless. You don't want that. Point being is you want your face to be properly framed so that people can see you and they can interact. It's about your emotions, and that's what you want to be able to get across when you're looking at them in the eye. Now, this next tip is one that most people get wrong, and even if you've got great equipment, it will make you look bad, so pay attention to it, and that is the camera angle. So you want to make sure when you've got the camera right here that you are about eye level. A couple inches above is fine, and you can even go more than that if the camera is farther away from you. But you don't want the camera to be low. And the issue here is a lot of people, when they're on their laptop, they are oftentimes looking straight down. Guess what? You're getting the triple chin, and it just makes you look weak. It's not a good look. It's not flattering. So if you are having to look right down at people, if you're looking down at the camera and the screen, this is not a good angle. You want to bring it up. One of the easiest ways to do this is simply to stack some books. Or better yet, if you're going to be on your phone, to use a tripod, or to be able to find something that can hold the phone at eye level as you're looking at it. So this next tip really matters if you're the manager, if you're hosting the Zoom meeting, if you are the guy that's speaking, that's giving a presentation. First up, smile. Be happy. Yes, I know it's 6 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday. You don't want to be, you'd rather be sleeping, but here's the deal. You should be grateful for your job, for your team, for the company that you're with, that they're still around, that they're still doing okay. Yes, you may be looking for other things, but be grateful, be happy, because people can pick this up. That's the beauty of a video meeting, is that you can pick up moods. You can pick up this vibe. And if you are upset, if you are frowning, if you're just like grumpy, other people are going to pick up on this, and it will affect the meeting. Let's also talk about energy. So drink your coffee, drink your tea, go exercise before you actually show up there. Because guess what? If you don't have the energy, that camera is going to suck it right out. That camera is a vampire. It reduces your energy levels by like 50%. So give a good presentation. Now, I'm not saying you got to be over the top, but I am saying bring the energy, bring the excitement. Make sure that when you show up there, you're not putting people to sleep. And this next tip, during the meeting, don't multitask. Don't think you're listening to the meeting and you can also be checking your email. People notice when you're zoned out. And if all else fails, your camera's not working, your sound's not that great, well, guess what? Learn how to screen share. Right here, you can save a presentation. You can save a meeting if you've actually got things prepared and laid out so that people can read them, they can see them. You can actually pass the video or notes on after the meeting because you've got to end it early because everyone's just having a really bad internet connection. The point is, if you show up organized, if you show up prepared, you are going to look good even if the internet craps out on you. Now, what about dressing up for a video meeting? Should you wear a suit? Should you wear a sports jacket? Gents, find out in this video right here where I make the case of why a man should care about his appearance even if he's working from home.